2 week break. We are here at the Netherlands, and I'm here with my co-commentator, Mr. Yogurt.
Yes, hello.
It's nice to be back after a long break. I hope everybody's had a good Christmas and a New Year. Some of us can't really celebrate because we're in different restrictions, such as the UK being in full lockdown, but hopefully things will sort itself out, as it was worse than other times. But let's not dwell on the negatives, let's go on the positives, because we are here. And you can see on the screen that there's a lot of CRL boys on the screen. So Nathan, DC, Ferg, AJ, Wuhan, Do-Will, and Krishna's in there, but he did it wrong. He put it in lowercase capitals. But anyways, we've got CGM Steinslag.
Unbelievable.
So it seems that Ferg has gone to CRO now, because he was in CGM along with Steinslag, but they're both still teammates. So yeah, welcome back, Faxland, Nathan's teammate. He scored a podium, but unfortunately we didn't get to speak to him, so hopefully we'll get to speak to him after the race. If he does get a podium, I know he's got some good quality pace on his hands. And welcome Brady Pollock, usually the racing point, based in the Renault alongside Dane. I know Renault has been struggling to get a lot of drivers this season. They've been changing quite a lot. I remember Calhoun being in a Renault, and we've only got 18 drivers this season, this race, so hopefully we'll get all the 20 in. A championship leader, or a champion, shall we say, Do-Will in the AlphaTauri, and he's got KSI along with him, who should be picking his AlphaTauri seat. So it looks like 2 cars are not being chosen, which is McLaren, Williams and AlphaTauri. Yep,
well,
AlphaTauri
I'm gonna
chosen.
look at the championship, because let's see if it's interesting for the P2. Because we know who the champion is. Do-Will, back to back. I don't know if he won the season before that.
I don't understand what's going on. I'm gonna have to turn off my connection. There we go. It's never happened before. I don't know why it's happening now. Maybe I don't know. But yeah. Welcome people to the stream. I'll have a look at your comments right now. Welcome Brady Pollock. Nice to see you here.
So let's see. Okay, right. Alright, so
Missing Panda. We're missing Panda.
So for P2 in the championship. Oh wait, this is not the. I'm very confused. Oh, here it is. The good one. Oh, as we are starting. So not a full grid. So we have Ferg, who is 20 points clear of Harvey Lees. 4 points behind that, Louis Led. Another 3 points behind it, that is Ainimo. So there are 4 people still in contention for P2. After that it's Nathan, who needs to have a very good comeback if he wants to have a chance for this P2 in the championship. Although P3 is still relatively possible. But exciting stuff, especially for P3 in the championship.
Full qualifying then, so you know the procedure. Qualifying 1, 15 drivers go through, the bottom 5 get knocked out, and that'll be 16 to 20th. 18-minute qualifying session. Q2, it's 16 minutes I think. 10 drivers go through, and they start on the tyres they set the fastest lap on, and drivers outside get a free choice. Q3, that's the top 10 shootout. And the weather conditions, what do you think about that, Mr. Yogurt?
It looks pretty cloudy, as always in the Netherlands, I can tell. But yeah, hopefully no rain. I don't really like it when it's rain as a commentator. It just ruins like in my opinion. I really like to see how fast the times can be. So that's what I prefer. I was in a practice session with some of the guys earlier, and I saw Ferg and Nathan do a 8.4. But I find it unfortunate, as of course ABS is enabled in this league, but on this track it's unbelievably overpowered.
Let me turn my game volume down because I can barely hear myself.
Drivers, so only 3 drivers will get knocked out this time.
So, hello Brady Pollock, hello Nemo, hello Harvey Lees, hello Calcoon. Calcoon is not racing here tonight, so whatever you're doing, Calcoon, hope you're well and stay safe. Harvey Lees, hello. In the Williams, we've got 2 drivers, like you said, out on the track. Brady Pollock, who's using the Racing Point, but he's decided to drive for a change. I don't know if he's driving full time or as a reserve.
I think he's reserve.
Still a reserve. Renault are really struggling on drivers, aren't they?
Yeah, it seems to.
You keep seeing different drivers in that Renault place as we go on board with Dean Jesus for his first lap, then crossing the line as we approach turn 1 after 100 metres before the 50 metre mark. Nicely on the throttle at the exit turn 1, 50 metre mark here. Right hander again, slow down for this left hander, go a bit wide on the exit. Be careful on traction. That was a weird route to take, it must be said, coming out of turn 3 or turn 4, don't know which one it is. These fast uphill off camber corners, then into this fast right hander, bring it down into 6th gear, back up to 7th. This one here, turn at the 50 metre mark, clip that curb on the apex, don't use too much curb, otherwise you'll invalidate the lap time. He completely misses the apex into that corner there, but hopefully he won't compromise his lap too much. This one's very easy to spin because if you touch that curb, more likely to spin out. And we come to the end of sector 2, brake at the 100 metre mark, use a curb on the entry, don't use any curb on this one. Rotates the car nicely as we come into the last 2 corners, 50 metres, bring it down into 4th gear or short shift up into 5th to get the traction, take the tightest line through here as we're about to see the finish line, and Indian Jesus time will be a 9.4, and next one to cross the line is probably Brady Pollock.
Not a bad banker, 30.3 sector 1, that's already 4 times slower than Indian Jesus. He had a 29.9. Going to the final sector, I think he had a 48.1 Indian Jesus, so we'll see if Brady has a bit better of a sector 2. But we know Brady, he can be incredibly quick, so he probably made a mistake. 48.3, so didn't lose that much time in sector 2. He actually gained time on Indian Jesus, it seems. So we know Brady can do a lot better.
He's about to make his way on the final corner. Flat out through this last corner, and onto the DRS we go. Let's see where he can place that Renault. It's going to be a 9.6, so he's 2/10 slower than Indy Jesus up into first, but there's no worry, he's got plenty of time in this qualifier session. Who else is next to cross the line, start to finish their lap? I'm on board with AJ.
I'm looking. I think it's AJ, yeah, AJ. 48.4, ooh, he's made a mistake it seems.
Chris
You really
Pandas.
want to be in the 47s.
Chris Panda says good luck all. I don't know what's happened to Chris Panda, but hopefully you're good. And he's invalidated to that final corner, and he has to back
Seems
off.
like Williams has spun, or wanted to let someone through. Now he was in the way of KXI, so Harvey might want to go out of the way next time.
Nice slipstream for Harvey Lees there. He goes up into 3rd place.
He held up KXI in the last corner, so it wasn't too good.
Could that be a warning for Harvey Lees? Is that?
Yeah.
Did you see much of it?
Yeah, he just hold him up a bit. I think he lost like 3 times. DC comes across the line, up into P3. Then we have, I think, no, Duel starting a lap.
I've got a Steins lag, but I think somebody spun.
Ferg is now on a lap. Ferg. So, might want to look at Ferg as he goes quickest with a 1.8.8. Fine banker from him. Next one is the other Racing Point, Steinschnack.
I don't know if Godly Num spun because he has got a bit of gravel in his tyres. They were stationary for a few seconds, so I don't know if he had a spin through that corner there, but I think it was his outlap as well. Yeah, it is his outlap.
Steinschnack goes to 3. Next one is Strauss. Yeah, next one is Strauss.
Mr. Strauss at his home GP looking to do well.
Yeah, and at Boompje also at his home GP. He goes up to P6 Strauss. Hopefully he can do a bit better as he's not on the pace right now. Or if he goes into P3. Who's next? Duel. The championship winner, I think, is next. Could not be actually. Might be AJ.
I think it is AJ. I was on board with him for a split second.
AJ is starting his lap. So it is actually Duel. So we're gonna look at Duel.
It was on the verge of getting invalidated. I tell you that from Duel from the penultimate corner.
The crown champion goes into P2. Ferg seems to be on the pace at the moment.
Interesting. I don't know.
Nemo. Look at Nemo.
It says
So
Dane's.
the
It
same-
says Dane's on the intermediates, but I doubt it's going to rain in this Q1 session, and he won't be on the intermediates in Q1 either. So I think it's just a mistake. KSI improving by 2/10. I'm seeing another driver. AJ has gone purple in the first sector. Back on board with KSI. Nemo.
Yeah, goes into P3. Of course, the winner from last race. I wanted to say last week, but well, it's not been last week. Got leading up into P10. As who's next?
KXI, he's next to one to cross the line in
He was on the
49.1.
exact same time as he was on his last run. So he has to gain some time in this final sector if he wants to improve, and he does. Yeah, you see what that you can see that he got hold up. He won like 6 times in this final sector.
On board with Faxland then, as someone's
AJ.
jumped up the order.
AJ P6, het boompje up into P9.
Yeah, AJ's done 3 laps on those tyres, so we know he's got more to hand, more to
Faxland.
deliver.
Faxland is on a lap, so let's look at him.
He's coming to the last corner, and let's see what he could set. It's going to be a 19.2.
One thousandth of duel.
I was about to say that. Look at the time between those two, Duel and Faxland. Again showing the pace, and where's his Mercedes teammate? Down in 15th in the pits, so we're not seeing Nathan out there yet. Louis Ladd's on the outer lap. What is Bonpierre doing?
Throttling up into P12. Improved by 2/10. Next one is...
Oh, he's spun! Godly Numb has spun, and you got to be careful because you could get disqualified, which he hasn't. And there was a car coming out of the pits, so he spun at the first corner. I think he might have clipped the curb or taken too much of it, and he'll have to go for it again. Where is he? Down in 12th place. He needs a new front wing for sure. I think he did hit the wall coming out of turn 1 as he gets out of the way for other drivers. So go on board with Louis Ladd because he has started his lap.
Krishna is next to come across the line. So you might want to look at him, Krishna. In the
Krishna.
halves. He's had some bad races, normally bad qualifying, but he has also got some very good races. Hopefully this can be another very good race for him. As we know he can be on the pace, and there we go, P7 for Krishna. Very nice time. Let's see who's next to come across the line. I think it's Louis Ladd, so we're gonna look at Louis Ladd. Want to be in the 47s coming into this final sector. He's not 48.5, not good if you tell me. He is gonna be it's not too good actually. 48.5. I think he's gonna have to go for another one.
And he makes his way across the line to put his Alpha into P10. So, like you said, not really good enough. On board with Hetz Bompier, he's a few hundreds quicker in the middle sector, but no, he heads off into the pits.
We know that Louis Ladd can be quick. We know that he can be quick. He hasn't won yet, but I think it will come. It will come.
Here we
Nathan
are.
as well. This race looking very strong, so hopefully we can have a good battle. Hopefully Nathan can win his first ever race in CRL.
He's yet to, anyways. He could have won in different races, but Duwell had the edge of him. On board with Dane in the Renault, he's on his first flying lap. Bit wide through there. I think it was understeer that kicked in. 30.1 in the middle first sector as he a bit hesitant coming into that turn there. I don't really know the turns along this track. Oh,
and damage. So not too good. Didn't take out any of the braking boards, so it's fine. As Louis Ladd goes past.
difficult track, isn't it, Mr. Yogurt?
Yeah, it's a bit like Hungary. It feels. I feel like it's a bit of Hungary. It's only that's a very nice flow in my opinion, but it's very one line, very fast. You have to get it correct, or otherwise, well, you'll have this.
I don't understand what Nathan's doing. He's been out there and he's came back into the pits. I don't know what he's doing.
On a lap, by the way, but,
Who's on that lap, mate?
Krishna.
I don't know what Nathan's doing because he's got into 0 AS, but Nathan, I don't know what he's doing because he's just came out the pits and just drove back in. I think he did it twice now, so he needs to stop falling around and get a lap on the board.
Krishna built out of his lap.
I don't know, mate. What do you think? 9.6? Yeah, I think you do need to go out again. Krishna? going into the pits for sure. KXI on a lap into turn 1. There's a Mercedes coming out of the pits. I presume that's Nathan. Gets out of the way for him. Wait, is it Nathan? Yes, it is. Takes a lot of curb into turn 3. Now I head to turn 4. Back on the power again. As we...
They're going.
I can't remember what I was going to say, mate.
Oh, I'll carry on then. Ferg retires. Going into, I actually know the corner name. It's Schijfvlak, but he's 2 times up on his time.
Made a mistake mid corner there because the back end just stepped out a bit, but managed to save it. Now coming into this left-hander here, don't get on the curb because
because then you're gonna spin. He does have a good exit. He seems to have quite decent exits. Now coming into the final sector, he's about level on his time going into this final sector. So if he can gain just a bit, well, he needs to gain a bit more to actually catch up to the rest of the pack, but hopefully he can do that. See what KXI can do. Coming around the final corner now on the banking, easy flat. Oh, that was a bit of a weird turn, but he goes into the pit, so we might as well look at Nathan, who is starting his lap. We'll stay on board him for the whole lap.
We'll
commentate over it, if you want.
Yeah, you commentate.
So braking about just before the 50 meter board, so about 60 meters, taking the apex, but most importantly getting a good exit here, very flowing. But make sure you don't go in too deep for this corner. He doesn't do that, takes it very tight there on the exit. Doesn't have any oversteer on the exit, so it's a good exit. On this curved little straight, going to this fast right-hander, 1 downshift, sometimes 2, he decides to just go for 1. Into 7th gear, into sector 2, 29.9. I've seen better for him, but it's a decent sector 1 for Q1. Now into sector 2, coming onto the first DRS zone. Open it as fast as possible, of course, getting a nice exit. What will his middle sector be? A 47.8. So it's a good time from Nathan. Now coming into the final sector, taking that one nice and tight, nice and smooth. Strauss is rejoined. He apparently left, I didn't even see it. Coming through the final corner now. Onto the banking. Taking the shortest line possible. I don't believe that's the quickest way, but he still goes for it, and he goes quickest by 5 thousandths of a second. So it's very close between everyone, basically.
His first lap time, and he must be confident with that one. Meanwhile, Dane has backed off on his lap. Don't know if he made a mistake, but he needs to go for it because he's the only driver that's not set a lap time. KXI did his best lap time on 3 old tyres, so he needs to switch over to a new set of soft compound tyres. As talk about him, he comes out of the pits right now. So
on the lap, he was 3 times quicker going into the final sector, so this could be a real good one from Louis. He can go from P11 straight up to P3 if he just finished this one nicely, which it seems he has. And he goes to P5, but it's very close, 2,000 ahead of Nemo. It seemed to lose a bit in that final sector though, so maybe that's not the maximum he has.
On board with Steiny as he makes his way to turn 6 on the fast right-hander, 7th gear, like you said, that 1 downshift or 2, he took it for 1. He downshifted 1 more gear through there. Now into 3rd gear for this one, short shifted to get the traction. Coming to this one, want to get as close to the curb as possible, but don't touch it. Traction is really important coming out of here. As now we come into this braking zone, 100 meter board. Use the curb on the entry and avoid the curb on this one. Nicely done. He's got a really nice flow through the track here. 50 meter mark, downshifted to 4th gear, use a bit of curb on the entry. Now I want to take the tightest route through here to minimise the distance, which he doesn't really do. And there's a car ahead of him. Oh, what's he doing?
He's going into the pits, but that Boompje up next. He was about 3.5 times up in the McLaren. They can get him so many positions to get him into Q2. Oh my god, P3 for the McLaren driver. Amazing lap, if I say so. So we have some other people starting.
Krishna is on a lap.
As well. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Krishna, yeah.
He's coming round the final corner.
I don't know if he was improving.
He said he was minus, so he think he is improving. And he goes up into P6.
So close again. But I think Krishna will be safe with that one. So starting a lap, we have AJ who's gonna start a lap. Who's on a lap? I won't look at that yet. I think the real DC is up next. Well, it's not the real DC anymore, it's CRL real DC. Now into sector 2. Going on the exit of this first DRS straight. What can Real DC do? He's not improving at the moment, so it's not looking good for him as he is in the danger zone. And people like Dane still has to set a good lap time. It's not looking good for Godly Noob either. B15. She's probably gonna get beaten. See what Real DC can do. Comes across the line. He does improve. Won't improve him in a position, but it does make him a bit safer.
Right, Mr. Stroud's under pressure here because he's only a few thousands quicker in the middle sector. Oh,
Brady Pollock.
he's into
First, let's see what he can do.
He's in
Pollock up into P11. Dane starting his lap. KXI is out of this qualifying. He's coming into the pits. It's over for him. He's gonna start last if Dane sets a lap time.
Well, that was a bit weird. Apparently he was on the track, now he's in the pits. I don't know what happened there. It was a bit of a glitch. But time's up for Stroud, and he has been knocked out.
Only one that's left is Dane. That's the only one that's left.
Interestingly, he's not set a lap time yet, has he, mate? So he's under massive pressure. Let's see if he can get a Q2. Or Q1, should I say.
Also on the massive pressure. He's on the cusp of getting knocked out here. So we'll see what his middle sector will be. If it's a 48 low, 48, 1, 2, 3, he is, I believe, on the safe.
Oh,
so
Dane losing to the back end.
Gets a bit tail happy. He's gonna lose him about a tenth and a half. He goes to 48 2. So if he can just get this final sector together, it seems like he will be through. He's just gonna need to end it well. Let's see if he can do that. Coming through, not the final corner, but the final real corner where you have to brake and accelerate, because this one is easily flat.
I've spun there before, Mr. Yoga.
Coming across the line, and he goes to P7, easy does it, and that means that Godly Noob, Strauss and KXI are out.
18 drivers in this qualified session then, and both fellows have got themselves into Q2. Heads Bob here looking very good up into third place. Nathan on his first attempt looking very good in first. Duwall in fourth place. Faxlad in fifth. Krishna's done 3 laps on the same set of tyres, so he's looking quite good up there in sixth place. He can show more pace on a brand new set of tyres. Who else is shining up there? I think Dane. Louis Ladd in 8th place. iNemo in 9th. And where's AJ? Down in 13th place. So let's see if we've got more pace. Steiny backed out of that lap and he's currently down in 14th place, so the driver's a bit knocked out. It's Godly Numb. He usually has good qualifying pace, but this time he's unfortunately been knocked out. Mr. Stroud's at his home Grand Prix, and KXI, who we didn't see come out on a brand new set of softs.
Yeah, he was out, but he invalidated. Then he went back into the pits. And Strauss is joined, so he's having some struggles with his internet, it seems. We're just waiting on Dane to come into the pits, and then we can carry on into Q2. You were saying that it was Nathan's first lap, but it was
I know.
Alright, there we have it, the whole screen. Look at that, top 14 within 7 temps. You're not gonna see it closer anywhere else.
The classifications: Nathan, Ferg, Pompier, Duwell, Faxline, Krishna, Dane, Louis Ladd, iNemo, Indian Jesus, Harvey Lees, Brady Pollock, AJ Wuhan, Steinslag, Real DC, Godly Numb, Strauss and KXI, and Godly Numb will be starting in last place due to a 5-place grid penalty.
Wait, do you had a 5-place grid penalty?
Godly Nope.
Okay. Well, that is unfortunate for him.
Go look at the description as we have linked a game called Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Go check it out. It's a game from 2012 that is currently in the description if you want to go look at it. Q2 then, the same weather conditions as Q1.
Looks a bit sunnier.
I don't see no sun, Mr. Yoko.
Well, it looks a bit brighter. Let's say it like that.
Harvey Lee says.
A lot of people on mediums, by the way.
Harvey Lee said, "Hope you enjoyed the race. Full send." The strategy I've been told is soft to hard, Mr. Yoga. Is that the same you've been told?
The fastest one is actually hard to soft. So I told the guys, I'd said go try start on hard.
I think I told somebody to start on soft or hard, soft to hard.
Yeah, soft to hard is the quickest. Soft medium isn't quicker. The thing is with the mediums, they're about 3 times a leg quicker, but the hards don't die. It's like you can keep that same pace on the hards for the entire race if you want to. They don't really wear out or lose any performance. So
Lekker.
the hards are just a very good race tire to be on for a long time. So I reckon that's just the way to go.
Lekker. So drivers on the medium tyres. I'm on board with Nathan. The drivers on the mediums are Faxland, Brady Pollock. Wait. Okay, drivers on the mediums are Heads Bob, yeah, Nathan, Harvey Lees, Faxland, Brady Pollock. Some of half of the grid basically on on those medium compound tyres.
Well, we know at the end of the quali there are gonna only be like 2 or 3 people that are gonna actually make it onto medium GTQ.
We've got quite a few iNemo supporters, and let's hope iNemo does well in this league. I know he does well anyways, but
he won last race. I was gonna say last week, but we haven't raced last week. So Nathan, starting his lap on the mediums. See what he can do.
P1 last time in Q1, can he repeat the same process as he did in the last session? Looks nice and neat this lap. Short shifted his way up. Very fast flowing.
Line on that exit of the banked corner. It's not really the quickest line I believe, but you have to do what they want.
Sometimes I take that fast right hander through 6th gear. What about you? What do you take it in?
Yeah, sometimes when our tires are wear out in the race, but on quali I normally take it in 7.
Well, I think I should start try and take it in 6th gear because 7th gear because I usually bump it down to 2.
Yeah, but if you go to lower gears, you're completely up in the revs and maybe lose a bit of speed. That's
now I believe Steinslag has retired, and
Oei. So he's out. He crashed at the exit of the turn 4.
Oh dear, Steiny.
You got on board with Louilat. Yeah, there you see him. He crashed.
Oh dear, Steiny. And Nathan will come across the line to set 9.4. His Mercedes teammate.
Backed out of it. So next one is who's gonna set a lap is who's that?
Who is it gonna be?
Might be
I think it is Krishna.
yeah, Louilat, I believe. Who's Louilat?
Yes, it's gonna be Louis Lad.
So Louilat, 48.4 on the sauce. Louilat doesn't seem to really have the pace he had in other races, but hopefully he can still do well. He's normally a beast in qualifying, Louilat, and drops off a bit in the race. Yeah, and he was also so close at winning in Spa, I believe. Just didn't make it. He's off the Nathan on the soft tire, that's unfortunate. Here goes Krishna. Pretty good lap on the mediums, to be fair to him, but I don't think it'll be enough to get him through.
Harvey Lees has validated it and he's back into the pits.
Oh, Dane on a good one, 48.1, might be quickest, yes, 9.2. Not a bad lap.
Heads Bob here on a lap, coming on the medium tyres, making his way through the final corner. Let's see where he can place that McLaren. Can he get close to Nathan's time? I wonder. Can he? Let's make his way across the line.
Ooh, not too good. I don't think he'll be too happy with that. It's iNemo. That's a very good lap time for iNemo. Very close to Nathan, which you ultimately you want to be, of course. Indian Jesus, also on the mediums. Of course, he was the race winner in Brazil, so he knows what it's like to be up front. See if he can do it again. No, P7. Slowest overall.
AJ Woolham comes across the line.
AJ takes over that 7th place.
We've got Brady Pollock on the lap. We've got Indian G's on the lap, but I saw a bit of hesitation coming into turn 1. I meant on the exit.
Brady Pollock is next. On the mediums, let's see what his middle sector split will be. 48.7.
Locks up as well, but that won't affect him too much.
He still made apex, but it's not too great for Brady Pollock.
I think the weather conditions are improving too because it's now sunnier. I think the track will start.
I don't think it'll be that quick. Maybe around the time of AJ. No. Yeah, around that. It's not good enough. Not good enough, unfortunately.
Mr. Duble's on a lap with the champion.
He's on the softs. He just wants to be on the softs, it seems. Thinks that's just a better tire.
48.1 in that middle sector for
Not much
Duel.
quicker than Dane. But we know Duel normally isn't the quickest in quali, and if he is, well, you know it's going to be a dominant performance. But Duel's just a very good racer in the race. That's very good. And he goes to P1, I reckon. No,
P2.
so P2 behind Dane. So Dane's actually quicker than Duel. I didn't expect that.
Maybe.
So big
Not-
props to Dane.
Not taking anything away from Dane, but maybe he just backed off. I wasn't going too quick on those softs to protect him. If you know what I mean.
I don't think so, mate. I don't think that time that he has now is going to be beatable on those mediums.
Usually in Q2, I really think. Nate. Faxland. Faxland.
He's lucky to still have his wheel, but I think it's over for him to go onto the mediums as the tires are completely gone now. Watch out for the Duel. He's gonna come now. Oh, his Duel slowing down. Don't wanna be in an incident, of course.
That's going to affect his confidence. It would definitely do.
Boompje, look at Boompje who goes to P6. He's very close behind Louis, Naven and Animo, so pretty good lap. Arvili's starting a lap now. So we might as well look at his lap. Coming to turn 1.
He validated his lap. He validated his first lap, so hopefully he'll get a lap on the board in this one because it could be a second run on those medium tyres. I think you can only get one medium set in Q2. Is it? Not really done. I'm not really done long qualifying.
Only one. So Harvey, you want to be in the 30 lows, I believe, on the mediums in sector 1. So let's see where he is. There's a bit early. He does go down to 6th gear. Doesn't really carry too much speed. He's in a 30.2, so it's not too bad. Still, A-okay. Oh, he goes wide, and that is lap over. Costly mistake. Just too wide, and then just put on the throttle, which meant he just got understeer for days.
We've got Ferg on the soft compound tyre, so let's see what his pace is. His pace was an 8.8 in that first session, so let's see what it's like in this one. So that means like Duble's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tenths away from Ferg's Q1 time. And his teammate unfortunately has crashed out of Q2, so there won't be a double racing point in the Q3 session. And we've got Ferg starting his lap as he makes his way down the 100 meter board, bring the car in, get away from the curb. On the throttle we go. Was that a bit of oversteer?
Yeah, a bit of oversteer. Yeah.
I looked away for a split second, but it did look like he just oversteered to me a bit. Nice exit through that corner. A really fast flowing track. We come up off camber uphill. Now into this fast right hander, takes you through 7th gear. A bit of understeer through there, I reckon.
29.8, that's good.
This one can be tricky as well. Get off the curb and make sure you don't lose it on traction. Nice exit from Ferg, making his way down on the 100 meter board, braking. He used the curb on the outside just a bit, but I didn't really think it helped him because he didn't take too much curb like he's supposed to do. Take a lot of curb entry to that corner to get the best exit as you can. Now this one, take it through 4th gear to get the extra rotation. Take the tightest line through here. And his lap time will be an 8.7, so it's quicker than Q1.
Yep. Dane is on another lap.
As you'd expect. So let's see what Dane does. He's slightly down in the first sector, so let's see what his middle sector is like. Has he improved? He's on the curb and didn't get a good exit either.
I don't think this will be an improvement. He was a bit late with his DRS open. Nah, he's one time up.
I think he should
I don't
scrap.
know if he's gonna finish this, but we'll see. Nope.
Oh no! No! He's
there
not making.
Q3.
Oh, Dane! That's what happens when you try and push the limits, mate.
Oh, Dane.
He will.
Still struck.
He will get into Q3, but if he does, he won't be able to set a lap time because he smashed the car up. Oh,
Very
Dane.
unfortunate.
Oh dear for Dane then. So we're on board with India Jesus because he's on the verge It was on. He's in 11th place on the soft compound tyres. He switched over.
No,
And
he was on the mediums. He said it.
I meant to say he was on the mediums, but I said something else instead.
So Indian Jesus coming for the final corner now. I don't know how much he was improving. I wasn't looking.
3/10 in the middle sector.
Right. Well, it needs to be a bit more actually if he wants to do a good lap. Well, in P3 he did gain 4/10 in that final sector, so pretty nice overall. So AJ I think is gonna end the lap. Yes, he is. Oh, P2. He is still 5/10 off of Ferg though. So
Louis Ladd's improving massively. He's 3/10 up in the first sector alone. So keep an eye on Louis Ladd. Where is he? Currently down in 6th place.
Oh,
No!
Oh my God! That's another one. Another crash. 3 crashes disqualifying already. People really seem to struggle.
Koen, hello.
So I think het Boompje is next. Oh no, it's actually DC.
Please test Ferg for Void. He ain't natty. Cheating for sure. I don't think he is. He's naturally fast.
No, he is a cheater. He's using ABS. That's
Oh god.
Pretty big cheat.
Oh yeah, Faxland. He hasn't set a time yet. So hasn't Harvey Lees. Harvey Lees is still in the pits.
DC up into P11, so that won't be enough, and I don't think he has enough time for another one. So, we can say that DC is out as well. Het Boompje up 3 temps. Oeh, het Boompje is looking very quick. Let's see what he can do. Final sector it is.
Goedendag. Goedendag, Koen.
Bit shaky on the exit, but a Boompje, what can he do? Coming over the line. P2 for the McLaren. Very nice, very nice. I think next is Pollock. No, Brady Pollock starting a lap. Who's ending a lap? I think anyone is. Faxnet is on a lap. 30.1 in sector 1. It's already 3 times slower than Ferg, imagine. The big props to Faxnet. I think he's the only one, almost the only one who's using no assist. So, big shout out to you, Faxnet.
Turn 11 this is. Using the curve on the entry, he locks up slightly, but that won't affect him too much. Coming out of turn 12. Now we into turn 13.
I reckon it will be around the time of het Boompje. Maybe a bit quicker, maybe a bit slower. It won't be far off. And I was right. Only 13,000. Next one is, I think, Brady Pollock. Yes, he is. Oh my god, Brady Pollock, 6 times improvement. He's on the same time as Faxland. Same sector split. So what can Brady do?
What can Harvey do as well, mate? Slash chance at a time from Harvey and Brady. Brady goes up into P4.
P4, nice. Krishna going into P2. Oh
P2.
My god, Krishna. Krishna. I've never seen this from Krishna. Oh my god.
Alright then, Harvey, let's see what you can do because
29.9, sector 1 is good. That's good.
Harvey needs to make sure he doesn't mess up on this lap.
Looks like he's going for P2 as well.
Harvey Lee's update for you has bought a wheel, but I don't know if he's using that. I don't think he is.
No, definitely not.
He's on controller, but he will use wheel in the future probably when he gets used to it, like Nathan. As Harvey Lee's makes his way to the line, where can he go? P5.
He lost so much time in the final sector. Duel starting a lap.
Nathan should be easy to get into Q3, no trouble.
Oh, is he gonna be in time, Nathan?
Come on, Nathan, speed up, mate, speed up.
15, I think he'll be fine, but
Nathan, if he invalidates this lap, game over for him.
It's over. It's over. So I think next one is Brady Pollock on the lap. I'll see who's the next one. Next one is Duel. Oh. You might as well have a look at Duel.
I would think it's wise to leave it to the very last moment. I think it's always good to get a lap in before. Otherwise, if you do it for one lap, that means you only got one chance.
Yeah, but he invalidated, I think.
Who did?
Nathan.
Oh, don't tell me that. No, he hasn't, has he? Thank God for that. Double one set up in the first middle sector.
Duel about 2 temps up, so he's looking for P2. Just Fergus way quicker than the rest of the people. See what Duel can do. Opening up the DRS, Krishna going to pitch ahead of him, goes to P2. Oh, it's not too far off actually. Nemo coming across the line, goes to P3. Oh, so
India Jesus versus Nathan coming to India Jesus had problems coming to that last corner, using too much a steering adjustment. Nathan coming across the line.
So close. And he goes into P4. Oh my god, look at that top 12. Almost winning 5 tenths.
Oh, hot for Dobby. Look at that top 12, hard 5 tenths of each other.
Oh my god. So close. So nobody actually went through on the mediums. Nobody could have done it.
The drivers that got knocked out is unfortunately Mr. AJ, Dane, Louis Ladd doesn't really. That's a surprise actually for Louis Ladd to get knocked out. DeVille DC and Steiny, who we didn't see because he crashed on his first flying lap.
Louis Ladd crashed, remember, but while he crashed he was 3 temps under his time, so.
Oh yeah, he did. There was 2 of them who crashed it once it.
Yeah, so we know what he could have done, Louis Ladd. But he just crashed, which costed him, unfortunately.
Brady Pollock on the cusp of getting getting knocked out.
9 thousandths of a second, Brady Pollock.
Nice. Brady Pollock in the chat says, "Oh my god, that was close." You're right, indeed, it was close.
Very close, very close.
Are we still going to the concert?
So Ferg, looking the favourite, topping, actually not topping Q1, but very close to topping, and now topping Q2. Nobody on the mediums, as we already said. So, very straightforward strategy for the top 10. Nice to see.
Koen, how come you're not racing, mate? Into Q3 we go then, and let's see who will get pole position. Is most likely going to be, from what I'm going to judge, is Ferg, because he's on the pace. He's been on the pace in Q1 and Q2. Alt 4. Many iNemo fans in here. How is all the iNemo fans doing? Hope you are doing good.
Alright, Q3.
Koen, if you're a reserve in CRL, how come there's not 19 drivers? Could be at 18. And get Jeroen to race in here as well. I'm pretty sure he will be very quick too. Wait, didn't Jeroen race in here, Mr. Yogurt?
What?
Did Jeroen race in here?
Sorry, what does it mean, Ruin?
What does it mean anything? I meant to it means, did he race in here?
I haven't raced in here.
No, not you. Jeroen.
Oh, Jeroen!
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeroen raced in here, but...
How come he's not in this one? I forgot to ask him before I left the party. I thought he was racing here.
I don't know, man. I have no idea. So first one to start lap is Krishna or Indian Jesus? Indian Jesus.
Indian Jesus. I'm on board with Hep Bob here too, so go on board with Indian Jesus. Indian Jesus is a man who makes quite a few mistakes. He's quick, as we've seen in the past, but he's up and down basically. Sometimes he can have his good days and he's very quick. Sometimes his bad days come in the way and he makes mistakes. Same with Krishna. Both Hassers are very strange in that sense. The way they've been performing, they're both in Q3 as well. Krishna, he's got good pace, but sometimes he just makes those little mistakes that can cost him huge amount of points.
Yep, but he can be Very quick as well.
They're both like Kevin Magnussen and Roman Grosjean.
Ooh, 48-1 for Indian Jesus. The banker's not bad. So let's see how Indian Jesus can finish the lap. One-time winner this season, one of the standout wins. After we call him stupid, after making a very audacious pit
Well,
stop.
I called him stupid.
Well, we called him stupid because of his strategy, but it turned out to be the master plan of the race. Het boompje goes 2 tenths slower.
PogChamp.
Wow. So there we have Faxland going into P1. There goes Nathan taking over the P1. Nice lap.
Nathan was in the 8th in Q1 and he's not managed to get to the 8th in Q2 and Q3.
Into the 8.7s again.
Oh. Brady Pollock coming across the line next. Where's he going to go? P7. Krishna next across the line. P4.
Look at that. P4 for Krishna.
Yeah, qualifies his teammate as well.
Nice lap. So good one from Krishna. Duo as always going out of sync, going a bit later.
He always does that, doesn't he? I don't know why. I think it's just his tactics or something.
He always does it. He must have clean air. I think he wants to know the benchmark, I guess. So Ferg again, 3 times clear, but in the practice I saw Ferg and Nathan do a 0.4, 8.4, so they can go way quicker if they could go way quicker if they get the lap together. I think the Boompje is going for another one actually, seems like. A Boompje using some very nice rotation in turn 1. Very skilled.
It's Bompier.
A Boompje very nicely through turn 1. I'm actually quite surprised how he went through there. He was like drifting but still keeping speed. It's very nice.
I can't spectate iNemo when he's in the pits, mate. In fact, he's got that pits now, but we can't.
Boompje invalidation. So we'll look at duel.
Mate,
Nathan and Ferg the best contender, I reckon.
Do you know what, Javid? I will spectate iNemo when he's on his flying lap. How about that? I can't spectate when he's on his out lap and Dubal's on his flying lap. That'd be unfair. Like I said, I spectate everybody as much as I can.
That's how we do it there.
That's how we...
9 for duel. Let's see if he can finish the lap well, duel. I hope so for him.
How many fans have iNemo got? There's quite a lot of fans in the chat.
Well, I mean, he's a very nice guy, I reckon.
Coming into the penultimate corner for Duel, takes it down to 4th and uses a lot of curb on the entry. And now he comes to the final corner, takes to the tightest line, opens up the exit, doesn't take the shortest route, and he will come across the line to say 8.9, and he's up into P2. And as you're... Here we go then.
So the people in the chat get what they want. iNemo into turn 1, taking some nice apex. Went in a bit deep though, I think he didn't really lose any time to be honest in here. Gonna get sideline. And taking nice exit, so pretty good to sector 1 till now. Now coming to the fast right hander, let's see if we just do those 1 downshift or 2. Just 1. They have a load of understeer. Goes to a 30.0, so still on a good one. Let's see how can he finish the lap. Coming into second sector.
48.0.
I think that's about 2 tenths off, maybe 3. So we're looking at a P4, I reckon. P4 for iNemo. Coming to the final sector now. Final corner upcoming now, the bank of course. Taking the shortest line, no ERS left, and he goes up to P4 as I expected, pretty close to Nathan to be fair, so pretty good. As Faxland is already out on another flyer, so we can look at the Danish driver. He is improving 30.0, improving by a bit.
Both Mercedes in the top 5 then where they need to be for the help of the constructors.
Excellent. Oh, he's not improving.
Where can he go? Comes across the line, and will he get ahead of his teammate?
The improvement. Oh, it is. He doesn't improve his place 5,000 off. It did improve his time, and now everyone is into the pit, so we have to wait a bit. I think Faxland has enough to do another run. Oh, and he is actually doing another one. He's
One after another one, so he's doing one consecutively. So we're still on board with Faxland because everybody else is in the pits. He's got the track to himself, nice sunny skies, and let's see if he can improve on this lap then. Oh no, he can't! Oh, he saves
crash,
it.
Don't
Yeah.
crash. He still has enough for another run, if he has another fresh set of tires, that is.
I think he should do. I don't think he used too much when he went out in Q1 or Q2.
I don't know. I didn't count. That's all I'm saying.
I think he expects you to count either, mate. So go on board with Heads Bompier or Nathan then. Who's out there first? Heads Bompier, the Dutchman at his home GP. Currently in the top 10 for McLaren. So he's doing a good job so far. You don't have a team. Oh, he's just backing off. You don't have a teammate, and he's letting Nathan go first. So go on board with Nathan then. Nathan, he got attention for pole position. He's currently in the top 3. He's currently fighting the main top 2 challengers for the championship. But he's already done and dusted. But Ferg is the second place. Nathan trying to claim some positions in the championship because there's still points to be taken for those positions. I don't know the championship, Mysterio. Did you get a good look at it?
Yeah, I did, but I already forgot. What was it?
I'm wondering how many more positions Nathan can get in the championship.
About 2, maybe
About
3.
2.
But he needs to have some. He needs to probably have like 2 wins or something.
On board with Nathan then, this could be his last lap as we head down into turn 1. Let's see how it is. A bit wide to turn 1, but not too bad. I think that's how you should take it anyways. You want to avoid the curb. Coming into turn 2, use a bit of outside curb. Nicely done in the entry. Go wide into turn 3 to get a good exit. Very flat up, is flat up here through the off-camber corner. Now coming into this right-hander, uses 7th gear through there. On the throttle we go again. This one, turn at the 50 metre mark. Use the outside curb, which he doesn't really do. Avoid this apex at this corner. This one's quite difficult, turn 10, but manages it well. On the DRS we go as we head down into turn 11. We're braking at the 100 metre board. Braking a straight line, use the curb. Avoid this one.
He's on a very good lap.
I did see you go purple as we come to the 50 metre.
0.4 maybe this is.
Come on Nathan, let's see if he can get that first pole or first win this afternoon or this night. As he makes his way to the line. Can he get a pole? Yes he can!
0.6. Unbelievable. Het boompje.
Het boompje.
Goes to P3. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable scenes.
Unbelievable scenes. Next one up. Next one is, who's the next one? Need to have a look.
It's either Krishna or Brady Pollock, and I think it's Krishna. Krishna coming across the line, and he doesn't. I think he's. I don't know if he improved.
Brady Pollock is next. Brady Pollock is next. He's not improving in sector 1, so he needs to do a bit more in the next 2 sectors, because he's dead last at the moment. 9 tenths off pole. We know he can do better. He's improving by 2 tenths. That 2 tenths can give him about 3 positions. So he needs to end it well this lap.
Oh, bad news for Nathan. Ferg is improving in the middle sector by 2 tenths. So if Nathan unless Ferg makes a mistake, Ferg has got pole position.
Brady Pollock first. He goes to P7. 5 tenths off. CRL Ferg. Indeed, he is improving. He's about a tenth quicker.
Oh.
And he goes quickest. Oh my god. Krishna coming across the line. Goes into P5. Krishna, amazing. Who's next? Is that who's next? I don't know who's next. I will completely brainstorm. Harvey Lees. Harvey Lees. 3.5 tenths up. Can he gain even more in this final sector? Might be enough for P4 maybe. Might be enough for P4. He goes to P3 even. Oh my god. Harvey Lees, amazing. Indian Jesus improved by 5 tenths. Indian Jesus. Oh my god. Can he finish it well? Could be around P4 for Indian Jesus. See what he can be.
P3!
Even. Unbelievable scenes. Amazing lap from him. Faxland now coming across the line. He's 6 tenths behind the rest of the pack. Let's see what he can do. Faxland goes to P7. Next one. Nemo 2 tenths up on his time. Goes to P7. Did lose a bit in that final sector, which costed him a little bit.
Well,
This is it.
Yep,
this
it's
is
it.
And
Ferg.
you will 1000s behind Indian Jesus.
So your boy Ferg's on pole position, 1/10 clear. Not 1/10 clear. He's about 9300s quicker. 93,000s quicker than Nathan. 9300s is the same thing, isn't it?
No, that's 9 10s and 3000. 3000.
Oh yeah. .600s, 1,000 quicker than a second. Indeed, Jesus at third place, and he's 1,000s quicker than Duwell. Harvey Lee's down in fifth, ahead of Heads Bompier at his home Grand Prix. Nemo in seventh place, ahead of Faxland in eighth. Krishna in ninth place, and Brady Pollock is down in 10th place. Quickest time is an 8.5, set by the racing point of Ferg ahead of Mercedes of Nathan. Thought Nathan had it there, but he got it taken away from him at the very last minute from Ferg. Ferg was improving massively on his lap, and he managed to snatch it away from him at the crucial moments of qualifying. And let's go into the race and see how things pan out from there. Predictions for the race, everybody in the chat, while we're in this loaded screen. I want to see your predictions. Here we go then. Here there's some predictions. Kuhn says Nathan will win this one. Javid said Nemo is going to win, man, 100%. And any more predictions in the comments while we're at it? Come on people, there's 10 people watching the stream, 9 including me, or 8 including Mr. Yogurt. Those 8 people in the stream, who's going to win this race? Probably the races I'm watching at the same time, so I don't blame them. That's what I usually do. So people who are not racing and watching the stream, put your comments down. Who's going to win this race? This could be a long race, I think. It's 37 laps around the Dutch GP. Nemo, so we've got 2 for Nemo and 1 for Nathan. What's my predictions then, guys? It's a good question, really. It's a hard one, really. I'd say if it's a perfect race for Ferg, then I'd say Ferg. And Jamie Robertson says got to go for my TRL teammate Heads Bompier. Kuhn, you've already said Nathan, mate. Thanks, Jamie. It is okay, Thomas. Wait, you saying thank you to me or somebody else? My name is Jamie too. We'll go see what everybody's tyres are outside the top 10. The most likely could be mediums, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 have gone for the hard tyres. Nathan for me, so 3 times Nathan. Godly Nub has gone on the medium compound tyres, and Louis Ladd, Dane have gone on the softs along with KXI. So a mixture of tyre strategies outside the top 10. All 3 tyres compounds are being used in this race. I think hard's the best one to use, soft and hard or hard to soft, but medium tyres probably not the best one, so we'll find that out soon. Can they go mediums to softs? Is that really good? I don't know. So, Javid, who's your favourite F1 driver in real life then? And Habib B. Who's your favourite F1 drivers in real life? Before this race starts. Out of interest, I think Koons is Max Verstappen, no surprise. Heads Bompier is Max Verstappen. Brady Pollock, I don't know.
Alright, just back in time.
Right, I'm gonna get everything up, set ready because they're all lining up on the grid.
Alright.
Hoe gaat het?
I understand what it means, but...
You don't understand what it means?
I do, but for the streamers...
Wat de Dutch TP Mr. Jogger?
Yeah. Okay. I'll look at facts and you do the front.
I think Nathan gets good starts as well. We'll find out in a few seconds time. We're underway for round 10 and I was correct because Nathan's got a better start than Ferg. Nathan has overtaken Ferg for the lead as the Haas driver and the Williams AlphaTauri go side by side into turn 1. Ferg is under pressure from Indian G's as he tries to go down the inside, but Ferg has the outside line and he maintains position.
Yeah, Krishna out. Oh, I was on board with Faxland. Faxland hit Krishna.
Oh
and
dear.
Swiped him off. Which swiped him off. And I think DC got caught up in that. I don't know if he has damage. No, he doesn't.
Oh dear. So we've got
a very hectic start to this race.
The graphics are already messing up because it's telling me Louis in first, so it's already messing up for me on the screen here. So Nathan, perfect start, got into first place, and the virtual safety car has ended. So let's see then. The pack is quite spread out here. As Faxland, has he got full wind damage because he's quite slow? No, he hasn't.
He hit Krishna on the wheel. Didn't have any damage.
KSI is about to overtake the Red Bull of AJ if he can, down at turn 11, goes around the outside and turn 11 now has turn 12 on the inside line, and Godly Nub, look at him trying to go through, but he got the curb, so a bit out of shape coming out of that corner. But as we go on to lap 2, Nathan is leading ahead of Ferg. As we make our way down into turn 1, there's big pressure for Nathan because he's been at championship fighting, no, first place fighting before, but he's made mistakes as well. He's been at the front quite a lot of times as Nathan, but at the same time made a mistake in Belgium where he crashed at Le Com. He was on a different tyre strategy compared to Ferg, but now he's on the same tyre strategy, so it should be quite fair for both of them. Indeed, Jesus in third place as well, as Duval's dropping back as he's got iNemo right behind him too. Heads Bompier clean at the start, he's down into 7th place. Harvey Lee's down into 7th place. Faxland is down into 8th place. Dane's in 9th ahead of Louis Ladd. Brady Pollock in 11th place at the KSI, who made up quite a few positions at the start. He's got ahead of AJ. Godly Dub in 13th place ahead of Mr. Strouds. Steinslag in 16th ahead of the VODC. Nathan has a 4/10 lead over Ferg in 2nd place. He's also pulling along Indian Jesus along with him as Mr. Stroud and Godly Number fighting into turn 11 and 12. And look at that, Steinslag trying to get involved too. And he goes around the outside. It has Godly Number. Stroud keeps his position and Stroud is up into 14th place. Defends from Godly Nub. And Steinslag's out of shape coming out of the last corner as the VODC has got past. Oh dear. Anyways, look at Ferg all over the back of Mr. Booth because look at that. 2 tenths between the two. And Nathan needs to stop making these little silly mistakes. He needs to focus now.
He's so close.
Yeah, Nathan needs to focus now, try and get into a rhythm, otherwise he'll find Ferg in first place in the in no time.
Yep. That's not what Nathan wants. Track position on this track could be crucial. Of course, it's I think the undercut is very good around this track, but you don't want to pit too early. But the undercut is what you ultimately are gonna go for.
AJ will be desperate to get past KSI for his strategy to work. He's on the hard compound tyre, so it's going to go much longer compared to KSI's on the soft compound tyre, the least durable tyre.
Yellow flag, Stein's flag, spun it around.
Oh, Steiny.
Bad start from him. He's still keeping close to the leaders, but there's no ERS already.
Has he not? That's his problem, Mr. Yoga. He uses a lot of EOS. As Nemo has got past Ferg, but Ferg is fighting back on the inside, and they go side by side.
He's going for a two-stop Faxland. Into the pits very early, going onto the mediums very fast. Probably going onto another set of mediums at the end of the race. Interesting strategy. I've never seen a two-stop around Sam.
Duwell's not going to be happy because Nemo has got past him, so Duwell is dropping back, and he's got a head bomb here behind him too, so he needs to keep it out of the Dutchman behind him. He's actually dropping back from Nemo as well. So let's see what's happening at the front. Nathan's still got his gap over Ferg. Ferg's still in the DRS range of him. It was his start that got Nathan up into first place. Now he needs to defend it and see if he can pull out a gap, over a 1 second gap as they bump their way over the curb through there into turn 11, now into turn 12. Oh, bad exit from Ferg without turn 12. That's going to increase Nathan's confidence seeing that. Going to boost the gap as well to try and prevent Ferg from overtaking on the straight.
And ERS saving on the track is very hard, so if you can keep that percentage up high, you have a very big advantage later on in the race.
He's so close to him. Let's hope Nathan don't make a mistake. He needs to focus on himself rather than what's on behind. He needs to focus in front instead of looking behind. Same for Ferg as well, because traction is really crucial around here, and he's in dirty air. He's got to be careful as KSI and Godly Num exchange positions, as Godly Num's got ahead of KSI, so his AJ got past him much earlier in the lap.
Yeah. AJ highest hard runner, so it's looking pretty good to get some decent points here. Ooh, I need a wide. Gonna get Duel a chance. Gonna have to go for the better exit. Ainimo doesn't have DRS, of course. I reckon Duel wants to go past somewhere over here because he can't really afford Ainimo to hold you up, which he is doing right now, unfortunately. Losing quite a lot of time to the leaders. Now het boompje as well, dicht up. Starting to talk that short. Close behind Duel, so Duel has to watch out. Duel is gonna use some overtake on this straight. He's gonna try it on Ainimo. He's gonna have to do it on the inside, which is the best way to do it, but he can't do it. Just stays behind for now.
Indeed, Jesus.
By the way, he is closing on the leaders. I have the gap on leader from when he pitted, and he is closed down around 5 tenths, but it's obviously not enough.
Indigo saw a little mistake from NDG's coming out of turn 4, so that's why he's dropped out of the DRS range of Ferg. So there's no longer a 3-way fight, it's going to be a 2-way fight unless NDG's could close the gap again. But he's disintegrated his ERS way too early in this race, and that's not going to help him at all because it's hard to save ERS around here, like you said.
Very hard. You have to actually use nothing on the lap if you want to save something. You have to use nothing.
Look at Head Bompier's ERS, it's almost 100%, so he's doing some good management.
Yeah, it's very good management. Bompier looking very exciting. I hope he's here next season, because I think he's a very nice driver to look, very nice driver to see racing. It's very nice to have him in this league.
No overtakes happening down to turn 1. What about Brady Pollock on Lewin lad? Nope. But Ferg is extremely close. Looks like he was trying to make a move into turn 1, but a little bit too far back. He was extremely close to him, but Nathan. And look at Mr. Stroud. Nope, he can't go down the inside, but he can.
That was on the second occasion. He can't make it stick over here. Stroud just underfueled the car actually. He's at the yellow fuel light.
I've never underfueled the car. Not even the rain, mate. I've never ever underfueled the car in my league racing. Oh, Indy Jesus!
Lap 7. So it's not a. Although he's in P3, it's not great to have a penalty in lap 7 of all laps.
So KSI is holding up Mr. Stroud, the real DC, as Mr. Stroud almost hits the back of KXI. Look at that, KSI is really holding up the pack, and the next car ahead of him is Godly None by 3 seconds. Mr. Stroud's going to go down the inside into turn 11, he's got it done, and now we can pull away from him and reduce that gap to Godly Nub. It's the real DC's turn to try and get past the AlphaTauri.
Excellent, also quite close behind them now.
And Harvey Lees is quite close behind Bompier too. The real DC looks like he's going to go for it. There he is then, alongside him. And he's head into turn 1. And Brady Pollock on the back of Louis Ladd, fighting for 9th place. Those two have separated from the pack. Dane's on his own too. And they've got a DRS trade of iNemo down in 4th place. iNemo's up into 4th. I only just noticed that. He did overtake Het Bompier at the start and Will.
Oh, off track of Strauss.
Oh, Mr. Strauss is home GP.
No. Very costly mistake.
There comes the racing point has overtaken him.
Crashes again. His tires are completely dead. He's gonna have to pit. So he also has the thumping damage, so very bad. Oh, he spins again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go on board with him because I don't. I'm not gonna go on board with him because I don't want to embarrass him. So we're gonna go on board with somebody else. Het Bompier, they still got to get past that DRS trade. What about Brady Pollock? He's run out of ERS to try and close it on Louis Ladd, and he can't do it on that occasion. Faxland closing up on the back of the real DC, and Ferg 2/10 behind Nathan. Look at that, he's very close behind Nathan. Dare say if Ferg got ahead, it's turn 1, he would have pulled away because look at Nathan. He's don't know if he's suffering from the pressure or not, but it's quite clear that Ferg's the faster car at the moment.
Well, I mean, Ferg looks a bit quicker, but it's not that Nathan is slower or anything, because they are pulling quite a big gap to the rest of the pack, to be honest. So it's not that Nathan is slow, it's just that Ferg is a little bit quicker.
And iNemo is in the DRS range of Indian Jesus. We'll keep an eye on that battle in the upcoming few minutes. And can iNemo fight for the podium? I wonder in this race. I think he can, because Indian Jesus, he runs out of ERS on the straight really easily, and he's got a 3-second time penalty. The only driver's got a 3-second time penalty at the moment. On this occasion, not going to happen into turn 1. What about further back? They're all stuck, but look ahead, Bompier! For a minute I thought he could go down the inside into turn 1, but he didn't. Faxlander's got past, or is he about to get past? No? I wonder what happened, because he's a bit slow on the exit. I wonder if he tried to fight him in turn 13-14. That DRS train is not helping those guys. And look at Het Bompier all over the back of Duel.
Yeah, Duel seems to be under pressure here instead of attacking.
He's usually the most consistent, one of the best drivers out there, Duel, but currently under pressure tonight in this race as DC and Faxlander still, no they're not. DC's lagging all over the place. That's explaining why they're moving up and down the positions, the orders. Wolfberg.
He really dropped back. How did
Oh, he almost lost it.
Well, now I think Inemo's gonna get past.
Yep, he is pulling away, but look at that.
Gonna pit.
No, no!
Oh my god.
Here's a little one.
Did he get any damage?
No, he didn't. He survived.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, he survived.
He's the luckiest guy in this league.
Oh, that unbelievable.
Real DC left. I'll invite him.
I bet he was wow, heart in mouth moment because he almost lost it, but he did lose it, but the barrier saved him. And he's got 3 cars behind him, which include Duel, Het Bompier, and Harvey Lees. I wonder what iNemo fans were thinking. I bet they thought it was all over.
Yeah.
Nemo's got 4 cards to defend, 3 including 4 because looks like Dane's catching up too. And Louis Lad pitted too, so soft or hard strategy from Louis Lad, and he's currently stuck behind KXI, not really the best driver to be stuck behind. I wonder when these two will pit because it is lap 11, looks like the tyres will come to an end, and Nathan goes into the pits. They both come into the pits, so no they don't, Nathan, no, Ferg stays out.
Ferg goes for the overcut, so let's see what works the best. Overcut or undercut. Ferg's gonna push like hell probably on this lap.
I wonder where Nathan will come out. What's the pit lane loss around here?
I think around 17 seconds.
One of the fans said they screamed. Where is he then? The Mercedes of Nathan has came out ahead of his brother, and he's got clear air.
Yeah, but don't count out AJ. He's gonna be rapid on the softs at the end. Gonna be rapid.
AJ? True, but he's quite far behind.
No, but just wait.
I'm waiting.
AJ will watch out for him at the end. He's gonna be lightning quick. He's on a very good strategy, AJ. Don't count out AJ yet.
Nobody's counting out AJ. I think Ferg will come into the pits at this lap, and yes he does. But this week, Mr. Yogurt, I hope there's nothing wrong with the pits. Remember the last time we got held up? Yes. There they are. There they are.
Yeah, PTSD. Let's see. Nothing's wrong, it seems. Alright. You can just... No, just glitchy.
Where's Nathan? Where is he? Where is he? Has Nathan got ahead of him? No, he hasn't. Wait, has he?
Oh
no!
My God. What an in-lap from Ferg. This was the pit lane exit a bit, Ferg. So Nathan ahead.
The virtual safety car has been deployed. Steinslag has retired.
And in Jesus' collision with Godly Nut. Godly Nut also got a penalty for that.
Who's gonna benefit? Nobody, I don't think.
Nobody. Well, KXI now and Real DC are gonna benefit. KXI got quite a good benefit of it, but DC retired actually.
Invisible safety car has came out to neutralise the race, and it's gone.
Strauss drive-through.
I bet Nathan will not be happy to see that Ferg has got ahead of him. I think Nathan should have done a better job on the outlap.
Yep. Maybe he made a bit of a mistake, I don't know.
I think the hards take time to warm up, but once they were warmed up he should have blasted it out. And Heads Bompier has got past Indian Jesus, they make big contact! And it's sent him to a spin, and he makes collision with a Ferrari of Nemo.
He's fallen back completely to the back. Oh no! Louis Lad crashed.
Oh, there's some... Oh dear.
It's gone downhill.
And I don't know if you noticed, Mr. Yogurt, but Harvey Lee's jumped Nemo in the pits.
And then Jesus goes into the pits. Who jumped who?
Harvey Lee's jumped Nemo in the pits.
Yeah. Look at Faxland, he's in P8, but he still has to pit one more time, so it's not looking good for him.
I didn't think the two-stop would work around here.
No. It's not looking good for him.
Brady Pollard versus his Renault teammate. Oh, who's that off the track? Who was that? We know what happened to both Renaults in Belgium. They both made contact, but it was Dane versus Calhoun. Now it's Brady Pollard versus Calhoun. I wonder how this Renault battle will go out soon, because Renault loses drivers very easily.
I think Brady will have an opportunity as long as they are in this DRS train.
So we've got a massive DRS train then coming off the back of Harvey Lee's, and Godly Numb started on the medium tyres. He was in last and now he's in P5 at the moment. And he's got a penalty for good measure too.
Look at the top two, they drained most of their ERS, so it seems like they've been really pushing each other to the point where they have no ERS, so this is not too smart from them. I mean, they've drained all their ERS for nothing basically.
Nemo versus Harvey Lee's then. The battle for P6 or a net P4. Duval jumped both of them. Duval was behind Nemo, so Duval's got ahead of I bet Harvey Lee's not happy. Well, I Nemo especially not happy to see that. I wonder what happened. Must have got held up in the pit shortly when others were coming in, because the Ferrari pit lane is second, isn't it, Mr. Yogurt?
Yeah,
So I wonder if cars were coming in.
Maybe that was the problem. I don't know.
He's got a lot of work to do then as I Nemo, because he was on course for a podium. But he's got 2 cars to fight, which is Harvey Lee's, Godly Nunn will pit soon, and Dougal, who's about 3 seconds ahead, 4 seconds ahead. And he's currently going to fight AJ soon. Ferg sets the fastest lap, and he pulls out a 4/10 gap over Nathan. 4/10 was the gap last time. It was 1.1, now it's 1.6, 5/10. Harvey Lee's trying to make an overtake on Godly Nunn, but too far back to do it. Bide his time and patience. 14 drivers left in this race. KSI on the verge of the top 10. As Bompier sets the fastest lap of the race, currently down in 12th place. He pitted onto the medium compound tyres, so I wonder if he will go to the end of no set of tyres. Harvey Lee's making a mistake, could influence iNemo even more. They're going a bit deep into turn 9. Bounces over the curb as well, does Harvey. Currently under pressure from iNemo, he needs to attack and defend. Most crucially, he needs to get past Godly Nunn as quick as possible, because Duel is pulling away. The gap is 4.2 seconds now between the two. A massive DRS train behind us. And the one that's causing this is Godly Nunn. No one could overtake around here. It's too short a straight. Dane saved more ERS compared to Brady. Looks like Dane's in a better position than Brady, both on the same tyres, but Brady's 2 laps older. Oh, Dane almost loses the car to the exit of turn 4. Lost traction, but managed to save the car.
I reckon Godly Nunn will pit around this lap.
Probably because it looks like he's just losing a lot of time, but at the same time he's holding up Harvey, iNemo. It looks like Harvey could overtake him down here, you know. I think he's a bit too far back to do so, Mr. Yogurt.
Be very dumb to go for it over there.
Looks like the battle for first is over. I think, like I said at the beginning of the race, if Ferg doesn't make any mistakes, he will win this race.
Not over yet. Only halfway, mate. Does Godly Nunn pit? Yes, it does.
That's a relief for those drivers, getting stuck behind him.
But he did lose the DRS, I think. No, he just didn't. Well, it's still a DRS train though, and they have lost about 4 seconds to do well, so it was pretty costly.
And Dubal's in the DRS train of AJ now. AJ on the tyres he started on, and it's a CRL 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. But AJ will fall out of that one. He will come around about 15 seconds, because I saw the pit stop when it was around 15 seconds.
Will it come out in 9th, Mr. Yogurt?
Yeah, so around 9th, yeah. Yeah, 9th, exactly. So, and it can only go uphill from then for AJ, so I'm telling you, AJ can get a good result here. I'm telling you.
The thing is that DRS trades about it's gonna be quite difficult.
Yeah, but there will be a bit more stretched out, I reckon, in a few laps, as Faxland is gonna pit, which is gonna leave a gaping hole between the drivers, which is gonna probably fall into 2 DRS trains.
I don't understand why he did a 2-stop.
As Brady Pollock has only about 60% ERS, he might fall back a bit too much. So I reckon the DRS train won't hold for that long.
The gap between Ferg and Nathan, not too bad from Nathan. It's 1.8. It's been hovering around 2 seconds, 1.8, 1.7, so not too bad. Ferg isn't pulling out too much of a gap I thought he would, so Nathan's doing a good job to stay on his tail. I wonder if there'll be a fight towards the end. Is Nathan trying? Is anything special from Nathan happening soon? I was really hoping for Nathan to win this race, but Ferg.
Well, we have Nate. One penalty and Nathan can keep in it. It's over.
Don't give up hope, Mr. Yogurt.
Never give up hope. Never.
I'm not hoping for Ferg to get a penalty, but I really like to see Nathan win because he's lost out on quite a few victories, in my opinion. Same for Ferg. Ferg's had quite a bad luck this season, especially in Belgium, Austria, etc., Spain. So it'd be nice to see both of them win, but you only can have one winner in this league. Dewell's in 4th place. He looks like he's not a threat to the top 2, but he's a threat to AJ. He's currently 4 tenths behind him. There he is, the Frenchman on AJ. He's 9 seconds away from 1st to 2nd, so unless he'll pull a gap, 3 seconds, 3rd place looks like it's his, as Het Bompier and KXI had a battle for 11th place, and he's got ahead. And now, can he get past Godin Num? Now he's on the hard compound tyre, and he's on the mediums compared to him. I'm talking realistically, Mr. Javid. Can he really win? 30-second gap?
Who?
People in the comments are talking about iNemo winning, but it seems unlikely in my opinion.
No.
You got to be realistic about this. You can't.
That is not happening. I'm sorry, guys, but that's not happening.
I am sorry, but I gotta tell you the truth.
Unless a safety car comes, but pretty unlikely.
What iNemo can do is try and overtake Harvey Lees, but he can't do it on this occasion. A bit too further back. Dane still can't get past Faxland, and neither can Brady Pollock. The gap's gone up to 2.2 now between him and Nathan. The gap stayed the same between Het Bompier and Godin Num, not really gone up or down.
So,
Habibi, you can't have the truth either. I'm only kidding, mate.
I know for a fact that AJ is gonna fit this one, but I know that for a fact.
Do you? Let's see if it's true.
Yeah, 100%.
But Dewell's gonna overtake him. And there he is. Darth Dewell is up into 3rd place. And iNemo still can't get past Harvey Lees. So look at that, iNemo's got more ERS compared to Harvey Lees, so let's see if he'll pull out a late attack, because it's going to make him run it out of ERS and he'll strike back on him, Harvey Lees. Sometimes I don't think to drive faster, mate. I just think to I don't know what I'd think in the race.
In race you have to think consistently, don't overdrive the car, because that's what eventually you're gonna lose time. Going a bit wide on the apex, maybe getting that slight tank slapper on the exit. If you don't get those moments, and you can set consistent fast lap times. That's basically it.
Wise words from a Dutchman named Mr. Yogurt. He's very quick.
But I myself don't really have the concentration. 50%.
I don't have the concentration either, that's why I make stupid mistakes.
Normally after like 70% of the race I lose concentration. That's where it goes downhill for me.
I can tell you one thing though, Het Bompier is closing on Godin Num. The gap was 3 seconds, now it's 1.2, 1.1, so he's definitely gaining on him. So only a matter of time to see Het Bompier overtake him.
Oh, Indian Jesus off.
Where is he, my friend? Where is he? Oh dear, he's at the pear tree.
Oh, he's gonna reverse into the pit lane. Oh,
He
no.
can't.
He can't. He's gonna have to do an entire lap without a front. He's probably gonna retire in the pits at this stage, I reckon.
Oh, look at that. We've got a close battle between Faxland, Dane, and Brady Pollock. Brady Pollock's about to overtake Dane. Down the inside he goes.
Oh, that's too deep, Brady. Oh no, Brady. That's completely Brady's fault. And
Oh no,
not
come on.
any of it.
Oh, he just pushed him in the ball. Good job he didn't use any full wing or anything like that. Otherwise, we'll have to come into the pits. And God, he almost lost it. Heads Bompiers right behind him. Has got yellow flags. It's set to 1. And Brady's in the pits. No, he's not. It is the other one. Faxland's in the pits. Godino versus Het Bompier. He definitely wins my heart.
Excellent. On to Sauce.
He's in 9th place, and I think he'll get ahead of Godly Num and Het Bompier. I think he will, as Het Bompier is about to overtake Godly. And he goes around the outside. Godly Num out breaks himself as invisible.
Jesus retired.
Invisible safety car has been deployed.
This might be helpful for AJ. I don't know if it's gonna be in time. But
Depends how long it's. Nah, I don't think it will. Too far behind, isn't it?
I reckon it's, yeah, so, I don't think it will.
Came out about 10 seconds later, then they would have done him good. 10-15 seconds later.
Yeah, but I think it will be ending around the final corner somewhere. But here it will say ending. Yeah.
Drive through penalty for Mr. Nathan.
No way! Nathan! As AJ comes into the pits. But
Harvey
Nathan,
Lees!
oh
Harvey Lees could be on the podium.
yeah. Nathan, what are you doing? Take the P2, mate.
The pressure's on Nathan now. You have to serve it this lap.
P1 was out of sight, so you might as well just bring it home. Come on, man. Oh no.
Nay. And Godly Num, Het Bompier has overtaken Godly Num and he's drained a lot of ERS, it must be said. And Louis Ladd is not a good race for Louis Ladd whatsoever. He's a guy that's usually in the top 6, but it's having a terrible race here at the Dutch GP.
On AJ, look how much time he's gaining. He's gaining loads of time for these corners. I reckon AJ is gonna finish up very high.
Let's see if Mr. Booth pits this lap. And he does. Serves the drive-through penalty. Got to take it on the wrist, my friend, unfortunately. A big slap in the face for Nathan. A big wake-up call too. And he possibly rejoined behind. I don't think he'll. In fact, he might maintain second place. He does. And that's not too bad, is it? If it was somewhere like Russia, he would definitely been overtaken. But lucky that one. So,
mate, I have to go.
Thank you for your commentary, Mr. Yogurt. See you later. Habibi, if you have the reality stone, then yeah, but I don't think you do. Yellow's in sector 3 and KXI has retired. Could that be a full safety car? I wonder, because he's on the last what? Safety car's been deployed, Mr. Yogurt. You left at the wrong time. Safety car has been deployed. AJ is going to be absolutely furious with that. But he's in the pit stop window gap. He's not too far behind, is he? So he could possibly get ahead if he doesn't pit. I don't think he'll pit. I think he wants track position more because the soft tire's not too old, so he shouldn't pit. He should stay out. Whereas these guys, the hard ones, will pit. Ferg's in the pits. Nathan will come to the pits. Safety car has been deployed then, and this is going to be a thriller to the end of this race. And Duval stays out. Well, Duval, that's a brave decision, but he stays out. This could be even more interesting. You'd rather have the track position than 2 tyres. If he wins this race, Nemo's in 3rd place. Do you know what? God knows who's going to win this race. No, in fact, Ferg stays in 1st. It didn't overtake him. I was wondering where he is. So Ferg stays in 1st. Nathan rejoins down in 4th place. AJ in 5th. Harvey leaves down in 6th. So Nathan could win this race, you know, because he's on a brand new set of softs. Do you know what? He needs to overtake iNemo and Duel as quick as he can. No, he can't. No, scrap what I said. Scrap what I said. I thought Ferg stayed out. Yeah, scrap what I said. Never mind. I'm just looking for possibilities for Nathan to win this race. The best he can get is 2nd place. Because the guys ahead, Duel and iNemo, are on old set of hard tyres. Those two haven't pitted. Could that be that could be a terrible decision, because the guys behind are on a brand new set of softs, or decent age softs, let's say. If Nathan didn't get the drive-through penalty, I dare say he'll be ahead of these two. But I think Ferg's got the pace. If Ferg doesn't make any mistakes, it's his win. It's Ferg's to lose now, because he's a guy that makes a little bit of a mistake. Sometimes not his fault, sometimes it is. But now he's got a chance to win this race, and it will all be down to him to win this race. If he doesn't win this race, that's because he made a mistake, because there's no way the guys behind could possibly win with an old set of tyres. Do you know what? No one in this race has got a penalty, believe it or not. I think I would have got a load of what a ludicrous display. He's not really happy what he's seeing. So the safety car is in this lap then. Ferg will get a good restart on those brand new set of softs. There's no reason why he shouldn't, compared to those old hard runners. The question is, should Duel and iNemo pit? Because they've got a brand new set of soft runners behind them. Could be under massive pressure, these guys behind. Could we see both brothers on the podium, AJ Booth and Nathan Booth? Could we see both of them on the podium together? And look at him. He's eager to go. A bit optimistic. And off he goes. He's going to try and overtake him as quick as he can, being on the hard tyres. As we make our way down into turn 1 then, any overtakes happening? Nope. There's only, what, 12 runners in this race, so anybody can get a point in this race. Nathan trying his best to try and get past iNemo, but he defends perfectly. And Faxland's got ahead of Dane, but I need to go on board with Nathan because he looks like he's trying to overtake iNemo soon. And a 1.2 second gap already developing at the front between Ferg and Duel. Nathan desperately trying to get past. He should do on these brand new set of soft tyres. They're all behind him too. These two are going to hold up the whole pack. He's all over the back of him, and I don't think he should go down the inside, which he shouldn't do. Nathan will be happy to see Duel on the podium. Further back, not much happening there. Now he's all over the back of him. iNemo is under massive pressure. And I don't think there's nothing that iNemo could have done to try and prevent Nathan from overtaking him. And he will go down the inside into turn 1. They both brake late. And he couldn't defend from him. And Nathan will take 3rd place. And next one on the list is Duel. He gets much better traction coming out of turn 4. I don't think Duel can defend from this. a better pace and better tyres. I don't think he could do it. Nemo will be under pressure from AJ behind too, and Nathan needs to try and make a move before the others get on him. A bit of a tap from AJ there on Nemo. You can see both camera angles behind Nemo. You can see AJ off the back of him. Important thing, he mustn't use. Oh! Contact to the back, and that's Brady Pollock. Het Bompier has got past. There's the two Alfa Romeos down there too. And God Norm hasn't scored any points this season, has he? So he needs to keep it clean. And we get Nathan down the inside of Duel. Nothing he could have done either on those soft compound tyres. Duel will have to settle for third unless those two will. So AJ then needs to be aggressive to try and overtake Nemo. There's a podium offer for you, AJ. Can you get it or not? You've been on the podium once this season. Can you get it again? Look at Nemo's got a better exit than Duel. And I thought for 1 second he'll go for it, but he didn't. Harvey Lee's looking interested because he knows there's a podium on offer too. One more podium offer from everybody. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Duel, Nemo, AJ, or Harvey Lee's? There is about 5 laps to go in this race. Anything could happen. A mixture of hard runners and soft runners intertwining with each other. DRS is now enabled, so this could make things even more interesting. I don't think he'll go for it down the inside, but Harvey almost hit the back of him. Could have ended in tears, spinning AJ around and losing his podium chance. I think they'll struggle quite out of traction zones like this. Required the most grip, and Nemo's running out of EOS, so he could be overwhelmed on this straight by AJ. No, he doesn't go down the inside. Interestingly, would I go down the inside? Probably not. I think it was a wise decision not to go down the inside. But in the last few laps, he needs to get his elbows out. Otherwise, he won't find himself on the podium, would he? Louis Ladd's in the pits. Godly Numbers on the verge to get his first points. If one more driver makes a mistake in the top 10, the points is his, and that'll be his first points of the season. Looks like he's struggling just a bit as Nemo, but it should be easier for him. And look at Faxstan go down the inside of both barge wheels, and Faxstan's got past him. But I don't think Harvey Lees will be happy about that one. And Harvey Lees is losing ground to Dane. And he will be absolutely frustrated, but come on AJ, get your elbows out. I want to see. You can see Nemo's EOS compared to AJ's. AJ's got 9% more. I wonder how that will go down between Faxland and Harvey Lees. I'd say it was very hard racing, it must be said. Hard racing at the very the hardest racing you can get, let's just say. And Dane's there too. Both Renaults in the top 10. I think someone made a mistake coming out of turn 4 because I saw someone's back end loose coming out of that corner. Come on AJ. As Harvey Lees has got re-overtaken Dane for 7th place. Nemo is holding it well, despite the guy behind on the brand new set of softs. You expect him to overtake him, wouldn't you? But not on this occasion. Gets better traction. Can he overtake him possibly in this corner next? It's worth a try, isn't it? Is it worth a try? Nah, not doing it. He's running out of laps. Nemo is running. AJ is running out of laps to overtake him. He needs to overtake him now, otherwise that chance is gone. Needs to be a bit more aggressive. As Brady Pollock has overtaken Het Bompier. There they are battling for 9th place. Full wing damage. And I believe that's the Williams of Harvey Lees. Or is that Red Bull of AJ? No, not from AJ, but what, Harvey Lees? Yes, he has. He's got full wing damage. Yellow flag spoil as an Alfa Romeo has spun round. And he's left the session. AJ seems to have dropped back as well. Sauce, are you talking about me? Nemo makes a little bit of a mistake coming out of turn 10. AJ's got about 2 laps to do it, and that is it for him. Look at that side by side. Het Bompier versus Brady Pollock. Brady Pollock goes down the inside. Back on board then. And Faxland has got a 3-second time penalty. Something's going on as Harvey is in the pits. 2 more laps to go between 3rd, 4th and 5th. Would have thought it'd been a bit easy being on those soft compound tyres, but chart position around here is more key. It must be said. iNemo's I dare say if Duval wasn't in front of iNemo, then I think AJ would have overtaken him with the lack of EOS and the tyre advantage. iNemo's still got a chance for a podium, you know. It's Duval versus iNemo. In fact, AJ's chance of getting a podium is getting even slimmer. Keeps making mistakes like that, he won't get a podium. As we're on to the last lap of the race. And Faxland's caught up, but he's run out of EOS. Completely run out of EOS as well. Ferg led the race from start to finish, except a few laps as Louis Ladd spun, has he? This time Ferg has kept it under control this race. The last lap, and looks like the podium will go to Duval. Don't want to get on that curb, mate. And that's probably it, because that's the last chance to overtake unless there's a mistake. And here we are then, our race winner, it is Ferg, who comes across the line to win the Netherlands GP. Nathan will finish in 2nd place, and Duval will finish in 3rd, ahead of iNemo, and AJ will finish in 5th. I'll let themselves sort it out as Faxland drops into 9th place. The race is over and Ferg is your race winner. Congratulations to Ferg. I will do the podium interviews right now.
Hello?
I accidentally muted myself. I was talking the whole time. Make sure you have your voices allowed to be shared, please.
Yeah, they are.
Should be.
And we'll start with someone sent me a friend request. We'll start with third place, which is Doowell. Doowell, congratulations in finishing third, mate. I think that's all you had today. Being on those hard compound tyres, at the beginning of the race, you got overtaken by iNemo, and you managed to jump him in the pit lane. It seems. How did he get held up in the pits?
I think I was in the pits during the VSC, so I gained like 5 seconds on everyone. That's why I get P3.
I think it was.
Yeah?
You continue. I interrupted. I'm sorry.
Just saying I was very lucky on that.
So, people, did you regret pitting at the end, or do you think that was the perfect choice? Because it managed to get you a podium, but you already had track position anyways. Were you a bit nervous about those guys behind on the softs, or did you know you had it in the bag?
As long as Nemo was behind me, I knew I could keep this P3. And thankfully Nemo just held everyone behind him, so I just had to lead and drive the train to the end.
I bet it was I bet the pressure got to you at the end of the race because you had iNemo, then you had AJ Wuhan right behind you, and Harvey Lees and Faxland were there, but those two had an argy-bargy situation. But I bet you were struggling right behind him.
I don't know what happened with Harvey and Fax. I just heard Harvey not being really happy.
God.
But yeah, I'm happy with P3. I don't like this track, so P3 is yeah, I'm glad.
Congratulations on P3, mate. Another podium for you, as always. And we'll move on to Nathan Booth. Nathan, second place. You get used to these second places, aren't you, mate?
Yeah.
You just didn't have quite the pace today to try and overcome Ferg. At the start of the race, you overtook Ferg. Tell us how your emotions went in that first part of the race, leading the race.
Surprised. I'm surprised I got ahead of him. That was the only time I thought, oh, I actually have a chance of winning, because I saw his TT time and his quality time. I was thinking, yeah, there's no chance here. But I don't know what happened when I pitted. I pitted on when it told me to pit, and he stayed out one more lap, and he pulled out a second head, and it was a VSC. I don't know what he did to get a second head of me, but fair play. And then from then on, he kept pulling the gap, so I just couldn't keep up.
When he came out of the pits and he was in first place, I bet you were so surprised to see him in first place, thinking that you tried to undercut him.
Well, I didn't really think about undercutting. I just pitted when it told me to. I was surprised though that he
got ahead of you. I meant like getting ahead of him, because in that normal situation, he would try and go for an overcut. He overcut worked, didn't it? What was you thinking from then on? Did you try and did you think there was a chance to fight him in the next part of the race?
I was just trying to keep my pace and just hope for a penalty for him or a safety car. None of which came until very late.
Instead, you got the penalty instead.
Obviously, you saw the VSC, and I was like 0.4 braking, and it gave me the drive-through. And I thought, oh, I'm screwed here. I didn't know how long the pit lane was, and I saw the times. I was 10 seconds ahead of Will. Jacob wasn't too far behind, so I thought I'd be like P4 or something.
What did you think? Did you think you'll get... Yeah, you answered my question, sorry. In the safety car period, you pitted and you came out behind Doowell and iNemo. Did you think that there was a slight chance you'd be off the podium, knowing those two would defend well on those hard compound tyres, or did you know you could overtake them both with ease?
I knew I could overtake Nemo, which would have given me P3.
Don't say that, maybe.
I was surprised because I was on the fresher tyres. I was surprised they didn't pit, because I think if at least Doowell pitted, he could have had a chance of a second place at the least. because he had a pit opportunity. Yeah, I had to be aggressive when I was on the softs and just.
There's no problem, mate. You had to.
I did the same move on both of them. I was quite happy.
Were you a bit nervous because the guys behind, if you made one mistake trying to overtake those two, you know, you have a whole bunch of guys on the soft compound tires behind you, so if you made a mistake, would you be quite nervous about those guys behind too?